Hey Antlers, welcome back to Cold Antler Farm, and we're going to be talking today about getting ready for lambing season, or as we call it around here, pink bucket season. Okay guys, so it's time to start planning for lambing season around here. That means making sure I have my bucket stocked and ready to go. I'm going to go over what's in my lambing bucket, which just is like basic pre-lambing preparations, and then we'll hopefully get some advice and comments from you guys on what's in your lambing prep. It's pink. Just like a disclaimer, I'm not a veterinarian at all. I am just someone who's been raising sheep since about 2009-ish, and this is what I've learned to collect since I've been having animals lamb since 2010. So this will be my 5th or 6th year of having sheep born this farm, and this is what I've learned in that time. Lambing bucket. Okay, we're going to go through everything in this thing one at a time. First thing in the bucket, this is just a clean towel. Now, you can go out of your way and buy a bunch of towels at a department store or order them online. I just use the towels that are kind of beyond guest or personal use towel status, like towels you've had for a year or two that are gotten kind of, put to the side, like a step above rags, but a step below like what you don't want to put out for company. So I use just mild washed, clean towels. And so I always have at least 1 or 2 on hand per lamb. If that seems excessive, trust me, more towels is always better than less towels. Colostrum Supplement. Unless you have frozen colostrum from previous sheep or friends that have goats or something on hand that's going to be available to use, there's nothing wrong in spending the $10 and getting Colostrum Supplement. That way, if a ewe isn't producing milk, if none of the sheep have given birth yet, you just know no matter what that you will have food, important food for that new baby. So I have it on hand just in case. What do you feed milk with? A baby bottle. Now, this is actually a bottle of hard cider because I'm me. However, I found that these are the best nipple tops for preparing for lambing. They go on any beer or soda bottle. They have a top that can be sliced to be bigger or smaller. These things can take, a licking and keep on ticking. Literally. This is lamb and kid paste. It is basically it's a vitamin goo that can be injected right into the back of the lamb's throat. Don't shove it down there, but directly into the back of the mouth, so that they are getting a natural, insured bit of vitamins in case it takes them a little while for them to get used to the idea of colostrum and absorb that. It's basically just like a power boost for baby lambs. To me, I don't know if it makes big of a difference. I like knowing that it's here. It can't hurt to have some extra nutrition when you're brand new to the world, especially when you're coming into upstate New York in a cold spring. Lambing bucket for the moms. I buy Electrolytes. This is a company, Mana Pro makes a multi-species bounce back. Basically, you dissolve this into water per the instructions on the back. I think this could be for a 5-gallon bucket. It might be for less. I didn't read the instructions. I will if I need to use it. You can also some people use molasses is very common around here. And the reason is just to give some sugar and carbohydrates back to the moms who have just gone through the very arduous process of giving birth to something. So we're always so focused on the lambs themselves, the babies, but the moms need care too. So it's not a bad idea to have some extra calories and electrolytes ready for those hardworking mamas that are producing the lambs we count on so much. The last thing that isn't in the bucket that I think is important to mention is the need of having some medications on hand. These include basic first aid supplies such as gauze and like blue coat or some sort of antibacterial spray. I didn't bring out iodine, but I use iodine to dip the umbilical cords in so that they don't get infected in any way. But I always have penicillin in some sort, an antitoxin, and CDT for the adults. Now, if that just went over your head, don't worry. You can speak to the people at your local vet supply or large animal Veterinarians, it's worth paying for the phone call if you have to pay for it. It's worth talking to experts and local sheep people to get the right size syringes and needles and medications and milliliters of injections, and learning how to give your animals injections. These are not things just for veterinarians. If you're raising animals, it's important to learn the right way to safely give your animal those types of medications that are intermuscular. So learn those things. I'm not going to teach them. I'm not a vet, and I worry about the amount of criticism and flack I would get for trying to teach those things. Nor do I think I should. However, there are mentors out there that will take you under their wing and teach you these things, because the reality is a lot of us don't call the vet for sheep and goats. The visit out here for a large animal vet to come to my farm, if something goes wrong, costs more usually than the animal does. This isn't a show farm where the animals are, giving birth to animals that go to other farms for $600. This is just a wool and meat operation. So I've learned, and a lot of locals around here have learned, that you have to be your own vet and you have to be your own midwife. So expect to learn some things the hard way, and don't expect it to always be pretty. But lambing season is rewarding and beautiful and magical, and there is nothing like the smell of a baby lamb on a spring day. So get into it and know it's rewarding. And if you're lucky and you can get some help, border collies are pretty sweet. They sure as hell help manage the farm around here, right, Gibby? Right? Okay, guys, so that was my little primer on preparing for lambing season. If I forgot something very important to your lambing season procedure, please add it to the comments below. Advice is always appreciated. The community here of folks that watch these videos is super engaged, and you guys are so nice and helpful. So put your thoughts down there and people will appreciate them. I know I do. Lambing bucket.